Well, howdy, partner. Welcome back. Where have you been?
Is that meant to be some kind of accent that you're doing?
She's been in America for the last, well, it seems like 3 months.
Oh, did you miss me?
Is
That
it good
means
to
you
be
missed
back?
me. Yeah. Well, it's great to see you,
Yep.
naturally.
Oops.
But it's not great to be back in this weather.
It's lovely.
What the bejesus is going? It's 12 degrees out there. We were going to film outside. And then he's like, let's film outside. And I was saying, no, thank you. It's cold, it's wet, and it's miserable.
It's September.
But that doesn't mean it has to be cold, wet, and miserable. I love September as a month.
Anyway, that was the summer. That was, it seems, a fading memory. I don't know what your perception was. You wouldn't know what your perception of
I
our summer was
do.
like.
4,000 mile telescope. What I could see was a pretty disappointing school holidays, I have to say, for August.
That is true. Although, if you look statistically back at the whole of the summer, it was actually warmer than average, which might surprise some of you. But
Well, not when you think about those spikes of heat that we had in June and July. That's what's lifted the whole entire 3-month period above average.
yeah, it kind of tailed off, particularly through August, didn't it? And there was a lot of rain around as well. Anyway, we are in September now. We are in the fall, as you would call it.
Fall.
And it's back to school time,
I
isn't it,
know,
Sarah?
I
And what are those poor little darlings going to have to expect on their way to the bus stop?
No, don't call them poor little darlings. It sounds sarcastic.
I'm just sympathising. I used to dread going back to school.
Why?
Oh, too many dark memories. Let's not go there.
Hmm?
Anyway, what are they going to expect?
We'll get to
this
that
week?
another time, shall we? Just before we talk about the weather, it's so exciting, isn't it? Back to school week. Get your uniform all ready. That's what I'm doing with my children the past couple of days. Just getting them all sorted and settled. We've
New
had
pencil
a bit
case,
of new pencil cases, new notebooks,
felt tip pen.
totally untouched. Oh, rulers, protractors we've been dealing with. But we've
Easy
also
for you to
had we've also had a bit of a long sleeve, short sleeve. That's the other way around. In our uniform kind of conversation, and will we need a jumper or
Is this a
not?
fashion blog or a weather forecast?
Well, it's about what the children have to wear because I think, well, it's a pretty warm start to the week, humid. Tuesday, there might be a bit of rain around. Now, there's a cold front draped across the middle part of the country on Tuesday morning. Not everyone will see some rain from that, so we're going to keep you posted on that one. But other than that, it's mostly dry until the end of the week. Wednesday and Thursday, though, I'm thinking a jumper, not a jacket needed, but a jumper. Because there'll be a cool westerly wind. Why are you
It's
smoking?
pretty standard September weather, folks.
Okay.
Until the end of the week, when it really does turn, well, wet and windy through this weekend and on into next week. Doesn't look clever at all. Dare I use the word stormy?
Oh.
And talking of stormy, Sarah.
Yeah, a real storm, a proper storm. Of course, we are watching Hurricane Irma very carefully. Hot on the heels of Harvey,
Yep.
which has caused so much devastation. And Irma is a very, very powerful looking storm. It's tracking towards the Caribbean, isn't it, at the moment?
It is. It's going to potentially hit some of the northern islands of the Caribbean, on towards the Bahamas by the end of the week, and then big question mark: does it reach the eastern seaboard?
It might curve its way just that northwards across parts of, well, the Carolinas, for instance, on the eastern seaboard of the US, and that's the last thing they need because, of course, that's where I've just been in Hilton Head Island, where I was. They were very badly affected by Hurricane Matthew last year.
Right.
Still cleaning up from that. They were touch and go whether or not they were going to start to rebuild in some places on the island. So they do not need Irma, but then who does?
No, well, they lose one whirlwind and they potentially gain another one, which is not good news for anyone, is it?
But
Yeah, but
but who does?
well, Irma
Yeah.
could actually eventually, if it curls back and reaches sort of mid-latitudes, it could influence our jet stream, give it a bit of a flick, and could have a positive downstream effect on our weather, let's say come the middle of the month.
Yeah, so we are watching that potential. I wouldn't say possibility at this stage, but potential. It could turn out to be good news for us. But if it's good news for us, it probably has been bad news for the US, isn't it?
Yeah, swings and roundabouts. But in the meantime, it's, well, hunker down, as you would say.
Oh
and
my God, get me
drinks-
another cup of coffee, will you please? I'm so cold. Look, I've got goosebumps. Look at the hairs on my arms.
Kitchen's through there.